If you are looking for a Prebuilt PC, this month has been one of the best months ever for Prebuilt PC prices. I haven't seen huge deals since Black Friday last November. That's why I'm making a ton of videos about Prebuilt PCs, and if you're looking to buy one, this video is going to be for you because I will show you different PCs for different budgets, and I will explain what these PCs are capable of running in case you're a beginner to gaming PCs. So whatever your budget might be, you will be getting a PC that fits your needs and is going to give you the best price to performance possible. You will have the links to all of these Prebuilt PCs down below in the video description. That being said, let's start. With the first one, we have this Skytech Nebula with the AMD Ryzen 5 3600 for the CPU and the RTX 3060 for the GPU. It has 16 gigs of RAM as well and 500 gigs of NVMe SSD, going for $850. Now, if your budget is below this number, let's say you have 500 or 700 bucks to spend on a gaming PC, I will leave bonus systems in the video description, but I didn't want to make this video too long, and that's why they are not on this video. Now, this Skytech Nebula is going to be able to play any single game at 1080p high settings because the RTX 3060 is actually a great GPU for 1080p gaming, and it also has 12 gigs of VRAM, so if you want to play at 1440p, it's definitely possible. Now, it's not going to be the flashiest 1440p GPU, it really depends on the type of games that you play, but for the most part, the RTX 3060 is a great choice for both resolutions. If you want to play esports titles at 1080p pro settings, you will be able to achieve more than 240 FPS on average. So if you want a high refresh rate monitor, you can buy one without any issues. With the next one, and one of my favorites on this list, is the Victus 15L, and the reason why it's one of my favorites is because of the CPU that you get here. You get the i7 12700K and the RTX 3060 for just $920. The price for the amount of performance that you get is actually insane. You also get 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB of hard drive, and 500 gigs of SSD. So yes, you're spending around $70 more than the last PC from Skytech, but you're getting the i7 12700K, which is a huge difference between this one and the Ryzen 5 3600 for both gaming and content creation, especially for content creation. So if you want to create content as well on the side, this CPU is insanely good. And for gaming as well, you get the same RTX 3060, but you will be getting more performance because you are getting a much better CPU, especially for the high demanding CPU games. The only upgrade that you can make if you're a content creator or you want to start your content creation journey, I would recommend you upgrading to 32 gigs of RAM, but honestly, you can do this anytime down the line. $230, I didn't include it on this list, but there's another Victus 15L with the RX 6600 XT. It doesn't have that i7 12th gen great CPU, but the RX 6600 XT is better than the RTX 3060 in terms of performance. So if you want a PC that's a bit faster for gaming, for just $10 extra, you can get that one. However, the RTX 3060 has more gigs of VRAM, so I would recommend this one at this price point instead of the other one. With the next one, we have the Archangel PC from Amazon. You have a $150 coupon that you can apply, and this one has the i5 12400F and the RTX 4060 Ti alongside a 1TB NVMe SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. Now, the RTX 4060 Ti is around 35% faster in terms of gaming performance than the RTX 3060. So if you want really high FPS at 1080p or you want to play at 1440p because the 4060 Ti is actually a nice GPU for 1440p as well, this PC is the one to go with. Now, if you want really high FPS at 1440p or you want to play the latest AAA titles on ultra settings, I would recommend at least 12 gigs of VRAM instead of 8. And don't worry, I will get to those type of systems in a minute. But if you're looking to spend no more than $1,100, this one is the one to go with. And yes, it's $1,250, but after the coupon code, it's going to end up costing $1,100. Great system, it looks beautiful, it has good airflow, and you are getting great performance for 1080p and also 1440p resolution. With the next one, and one of the best value PCs on the market right now, and it has been that way for a couple of months now, we have the Skytech Nebula again, but this time with the RTX 4070. This GPU is much better than the 4060 Ti, especially because of that VRAM. Now, if you're just planning on playing the popular titles like GTA 5, even Red Dead Redemption 2 and esports titles, VRAM will not be an issue for you. But if you want to play the latest games on ultra settings, the 4070 is going to make a huge difference in terms of how your game will look. And you're going to be getting around 26% faster performance than the RTX 4060 Ti. So this PC is for 1440p gaming. You can also use it for 4K depending on the title and the settings, and you can as well use it for 1080p really high FPS. However, I would not buy this PC for 1080p 1080p since I think it would be an overkill, but you can use it for 1440p and 4K. With the next one, we have the Omen 40L. This one is on a huge discount. You end up saving $600. And if you're looking for a PC for under $2,000, I would recommend you buying this one as soon as possible before the discount ends. It comes with the latest i7 13700K, which is one of the best CPUs on the market, honestly. And you get the RTX 4070 Ti. Now, I currently have the RTX 4070 Ti on my build. And let me tell you, this GPU is really good in terms of performance for 1440p and 4K gaming. I've made a video on 1440p benchmarks, and literally even the highest demanding titles you will be able to run smoothly on ultra settings with ray tracing on. It's also a great GPU for content creation since I use it for content creation, and because you get the i7 13700K, you get a great CPU GPU combo for both creators and gamers. It has 16 gigs of RAM, so if you're a content creator, once again, I would recommend you upgrading to 32 gigs. For gamers, 16 gigs is enough, don't worry about that. And then you get 1 terabyte of SSD. Honestly, for $1,950, yes, it's expensive, but in my opinion, it's one of the best deals for under $2,000 on the market. And if you have the money to buy it right now, I think it's a no-brainer. With the next one, we have the Chronos 2 for $2,500. You end up spending $500 more than the last one, but you get a new platform with the AM5 platform, and you get the RX 7900 XTX for the GPU. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this CPU GPU combo is one of the best combos for gaming at 4K. I wouldn't recommend it for any other resolution, not 1440p and especially not 1080p, but if you want to play at 4K on the highest settings and you have around $2,500, this PC is definitely the right one for you. Like I said, you have a new platform, so new CPUs will be supported for at least the next couple of years, and the Ryzen 7 7700X is a great CPU for gaming, especially when pairing it with the highest end of AMD GPUs, the RX 7900 XTX. You also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, 2x16 gigs, which means it's dual channel, you're not losing performance here, and you're getting more RAM than any other PC I've mentioned on this video. You also get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler for that CPU. I think it's kind of an overkill, but nonetheless, is a nice to have, especially if you will upgrade the CPU down the line. I would highly recommend you buying this PC if you want to play at 4K ultra settings, but if you just want the best of the best, I recommend you the 45L, where you end up saving $850. It's an insane price cut, and the total price is $3,150. Now, this one used to be even a bit cheaper, but even at this price point is an insane deal. You get the latest i9 13900K and the RTX 4090, arguably the best CPU GPU combo on the whole market, and you get the best graphics card on the market. So if you want to play 4K ultra settings, any game that you want, this is the right one to go with. And this PC is not for everyone, of course, especially if you care about price to performance, but if you just want the best of the best and you have a budget of around $3,000 or even more, this one is the one to go with. You get 1 terabyte of RAM and 1 terabyte of SSD. The only thing I do not like about this system is that you get 16 gigs of RAM once again, but this is an easy upgrade, and to be honest, let's say you spend $50 extra on RAM to get 32 gigs, the total price will be $3,200. Any other Prebuilt PC with the RTX 4090 is at least $3,400, and usually they don't have the i9 13900K, which is one of the best CPUs on the market. Even if you're looking for content creation or you're looking for gaming at the highest level, I think this 45L is the best deal on the whole market. And that was my list, and don't worry, I will update this list at least 2 times in the next 2 weeks because the 5th of July is coming, new discounts, or maybe the same. Anyway, I will be updating you guys. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will try to reply as fast as possible. And if you're willing to build a PC yourself, you're gonna get a great performance for the price. For that reason, I recommend you watching my video about the best PC builds of the month, where you have PCs for every budget and every need. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.